Pringles Habanero. This right here is I believe it's a limited edition. I haven't seen it in the stores since I purchased this. Uh, the name, Pringles, Las Meras Meras Habaneras. The habaneros, also known as the habanero pepper. Now, I have personally grown habanero peppers in my own personal garden, and I skipped them this season. And the reason being is that I have not found an appropriate culinary use for them due to their massive heat, aside from making beef jerky. Now, when I make homemade beef jerky, I'll make about a 3 pound batch, and I will put 20 or 30 habaneros de-seeded into the beef jerky marinade. And what ends up happening is that the flavor is tamed considerably. But the habanero pepper is one of my favorites. I like the smokiness. I also grow what's called an aji dulce, which is an almost heatless habanero, which originated in Cuba. And I found a doctor at Texas A&M University growing the same pepper years ago, and we've always seed saved that. So let's take a look at what Pringles has to say about this particular product. Pringles, Las Meras Meras Habaneras, crisps. Crisps. What happens when you combine the taste of grilled habanero peppers with the light, crunchy, crispy crunch of Pringles? You get a pinch of spiciness that's outrageously delicious. Each Mexican-inspired crisp brings a bold, mouth-watering taste of roasted habanero, chili peppers, lime, and salt for a taste experience that hits the spot every time. Now, are these hot? Let's go ahead and compare the habanero pepper with some more common, milder varieties here. Let's take a look at the Scoville heat scale, which this can be used to judge the heat of peppers. And if you look down at the bottom here, a bell pepper has 0. And then, of course, there are mild like pepperoncini, Anaheim, and poblano. And then our old friend, the jalapeno. Now, when Pringles mentions that these are grilled habaneros, I've only tried grilled habaneros once, and that's when I grilled my own in the backyard from my garden, where I had de-seeded those. And I did put them on some burgers for myself. The other eaters were not leather-throated pepperheads like myself, and I ended up using the grilled habaneros inside of a beef jerky marinade. And then, of course, we go up to Hungarian, then serrano pepper, jalapeno at 2,500 to 8,000 Scoville heat units. The next most common grocery store pepper that you would find when seeking heat would be the serrano pepper. I believe this is also the choice of Chef Rick Bayless of Frontera Grill in Chicago. We've eaten at his restaurant, and we've watched his wonderful videos, Mexico One Plate at a Time, on PBS, and it's clear to me that Chef Rick Bayless prefers to use serranos over jalapenos, and I agree with him. Same here. Those run 10,000 to 23,000 Scoville heat units. And then we've got the Thai bird finger, well, I call them bird fingers, the Thai peppers, the little red ones that you will often see in curries. Then we've got the Scotch bonnet, which used to be famous. But the Scotch bonnet pretty much was the same, and is still the same, in Scoville heat units as the habanero of 100,000 to 350,000 Scoville heat units. And then, of course, we have the Fatale, red sativa, chocolate habanero, ghost pepper, Trinidad Scorpion, and Carolina Reaper, maxing out at possibly 2,200,000 Scoville heat units. So that all said, the habanero is a hot one. Let's see what these Pringles taste like. I'm looking forward to this. Okay, here's what's in the package. Pringles, dehydrated potatoes with spices. Oh, I get the pepper on the nose. It's right there. Hello. It is front and center. That one's broken. Let's get a better example. These cans do pretty good for distribution of these nationwide as far as keeping them from breaking. Okay, here is a good example right here. It didn't get the flavored powder on the entire chip, but it looks like where it does have it, it's a lot. Here are the nutrition facts. Here are the ingredients. I see it does have monosodium glutamate. Yay. I'm not scared of monosodium glutamate because it helps to provide umami. And these are hot. Yeah, that's two. Seems like when this can was produced, the possible spray applicator of putting this powder on here was not putting it on all of the chips. So here's a triple. And I'm probably going to pay for this later. I know, don't speak with your mouth full. Sorry, Mom. I get the distinct smokiness that comes with a habanero and many other peppers like it, such as the Cuban ají dulce, where the Cuban ají dulce does not come with the pain. And these are pretty hot. Honestly, they're pretty darn hot. Ooh, I like them. If these delivered, this is absolutely the flavor of a habanero, somehow mass produced. I do get the lime. Yeah, of course the salt is there. That's in all Pringles, unless of course you find a salt-free Pringle. I think that they did make them at some time, but chips should probably always have salt. Wow. These are hot. These are hot. Holy cow. And I only ate 5. Okay. Here we go. Let's amp it to 7. I've got a double here. These are changing on the palate. I think it's probably because my palate has been successfully confused. Because this last bite, I got a lot of lime that I wasn't getting before. And the way that these things are mass produced, the flavors on the chips themselves should be consistent. So it's not a situation of inconsistency from chip to chip. This has confused my palate just a little bit. And for that, thank you, Pringles. I actually like these. It says where they're made. They're made in Jackson, Tennessee. Amen. Thank you so much for the clarity and the clearness of where these foods are made. I as a foodie really appreciate that. So Pringles habanero, rockin'. I'll give these things a 9/10. Would I buy them again? Hell yeah. No problem. But only if I'm wanting something quite hot, because these are. So anyway, if you're enjoying videos like this, be sure to subscribe. Thank you. And by subscribing, you can get notifications because there will be more of these food tastings coming soon, because I'm sitting here looking at 12 other flavors of Pringles. Some limited edition and now discontinued. And I'm going to eat all of them and review them right here. Enjoy the food department of the timescales. And until next time, peace out from San Francisco, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.